Hey, what's up everyone? It's your girl Brand Shanae, and today I'm going to be doing my September book haul, which I cannot believe September is pretty much over and we're about to go into October, which I'm super excited for, especially with my TBR that I have in mind. So I pretty much have, I think, 12 or 13 books right here, so I'm pretty gonna go through them fast. I'll give you the details of the book and everything, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the first book I have, which is from Owlcrate, and it has the exclusive cover, is Mirage by Samaya Dodd, I believe. This is pretty awesome. It has a lot of Moroccan style to it and everything, which I'm pretty intrigued by it. I'll go ahead and read the synopsis for you, just in case you don't know what it's about. But it says, her own face was the enemy. In a world dominated by the brutal Vathic Empire, 18-year-old Amani is a dreamer. She dreams of what life was like before the occupation, of writing poetry, of receiving a sign from Dihaya, I don't know how to pronounce that, that one day she too will have adventure and travel beyond her isolated moon. But when adventure comes for Amani, it is not what she expects. She is kidnapped by the regime and taken in secret to the royal palace, where she discovers that she looks nearly identical to the cruel half-Vathic princess Miriam. The princess is so hated by her conquered people that she requires a body double, someone to appear in public as Miriam, ready to die in her place. As Amani is forced into her new role, she knows she is a prisoner in all but name. Even so, she can't help enjoying the palace's beauty and her time with the princess's fiancé, Idris. But the glitter of the royal court belies a world of violence and fear. If Amani ever wishes to see her family again, she must play the princess to perfection, because one wrong move could lead to her death. So I'm super excited about this. This is a new release. It just came out maybe a couple weeks ago or so. So this is definitely a book that I'm planning on reading, hopefully very soon before the year is out. And the next book that we have is Intercepted, which also came out this month, and it's by Alexa Martin. It's pretty much dealing with a wife and a football player, I believe. But let me read the synopsis. I think it's his girlfriend. She's with an NFL football player, and she pretty much finds out that he's been cheating on her. So this pretty much gives you perspective of how she deals with that perspective as far as being with a professional athlete, as you can see, Intercepted. If you don't know what Intercepted is, you should look it up. But if you do know what Intercepted is, that means you watch football, or at least you know the rules and regulations of football. So just to let you know. But I'm definitely looking forward to reading this book. I don't know when I'll get a chance to, but I'm definitely excited to read it. And the next book we have is Harbor Me by Jacqueline Woodson. I went to a signing of her coming to Columbus. I was super excited to get my book signed. I also did a video with her discussion that we had during the signing, so I'll leave that video up above in the card so you can check that out. But I definitely look forward to reading this. It's pretty much a group of kids come together and they discuss their problems as far as what's happening at home, at school, being bullied, and all that good stuff, which I think is very important, especially what they go through in the classroom dealing with their teachers as well. And I'm just thrilled to read this. I don't know when I'm going to read this, but I'm super excited. But I also, I'll show you my signing right there. It says, "For Brandy with love," and it's signed right there. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading this. This also came out, I think, this month or last month. I'm not really sure, but I'm super excited for this book, and I just love Jacqueline Woodson altogether. So yeah. The next book that I have is Big Dreams Come in All Sizes, Fat Girl on a Plane by Kelly DeVos. I won this from a giveaway from Katrina from the Fabulous Book Fiend, which I'll definitely put a link down below for her channel as well. She's incredible. I love her, especially when it comes to the issues of people body shaming other people just by the way they look. Everyone's different. Everyone doesn't have to be a certain size to be accepted, and I think that's a huge issue that that's still pretty ongoing today. And I'm glad that more books are coming about as far as people in different shapes and sizes and what they go through on a regular basis. And that's my son. But yes, I'm really looking forward to this. It's pretty much, it says, it has different perspectives of a girl Cookie, by the way, that's her name, Cookie, and she goes through these phases where first it'll go through where it says fat, and then you'll go to where she's skinny. So these different perspectives of when she's fat, and then she goes to being skinny, especially when she's trying to get a job or whatever, in order to be accepted. But I'm not going to read much about it, but I'm definitely looking forward to this. I'm super excited. I don't know when I'm going to get to this, but I'm going to get to this soon. This also was signed as well by the author. So yes, I'm really excited. That's also my collection for books that are signed. So yes. And the next book, or both books that I was trying to read the beginning of this month, you guys, and I could not get through it. I don't know what's up with it. I didn't know if it was because of the footnotes or what, and I just didn't know. But both of these books, they're Nevernight and God's Grave by Jay Kristoff, and I really couldn't get into it, you guys. It was so hard. I'm gonna still try to read it. I was supposed to buddy read this with people, and I'm so sorry, you guys. I really tried to read this. I really only got to page, like, what did I say? I only got to page, literally page 37 in book 1, and I just could not take it, you guys. It was just mind-blowing. I couldn't get to it. Some people love this book, some people hate it, but I'm gonna keep both of these books and see if I get a chance. Maybe I need to be in a better mood to read these. But yeah, but even the second book, God's Grave, it's even signed by Jay Kristoff, and I love Jay Kristoff's writing, but in this book it just was like, ugh, oh my gosh, it's brutal. Like, I literally have to go in the dictionary and look up all these words just to read. It was terrible. But I'm gonna still keep these books, and I'll see if I can read them probably later on, probably next year for all I know, because I cannot get into them at all. But yeah, sorry, Jay Kristoff. Okay, you guys, and the next 2 books that I got in September was from the Second Star Books book box that I received. And the first book that I got, it was a companion that sort of went with the theme, and everyone should know this book because it's a classic, and it's Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. And of course, this is a different cover. This is an exclusive book from this book box company, and I really like how it looks. It has, of course, it's a heart, but it has a flower, which is so nice, you guys, and it's so pretty. And I really like, I've read the book, but I don't want to read this book because look how small the print is. Oh my god, it's a struggle, you guys. I can't read this book with all these, no. But I have read the classic, and it's amazing. But I just like this book because of the cover, and also it looks nice on my bookshelf. So I definitely, yeah, so nice book to have. And then the second book that came in the Second Star Books book box was Not Even Bones. It says Betrayal is a Bloody Business, and this is by Rebecca Schaeffer. This is her debut book, I believe, and this is really interesting. As you can see, it's a knife with blood tipped on it. Look at that. That's beautiful. I actually like this cover. It's really nice. And I think, let me see, I didn't see it naked. It's just black with red foiling, which is nice. And I guess I can go ahead and read the synopsis for you. I really don't even remember what it's mostly about either, since it's, you know, I didn't even know anything about this book until I got the book box this month. So yeah, let me go ahead and read it. It says, Nita doesn't murder supernatural beings and sell their body parts on the internet. Her mother does that. Nita just dissects the bodies after they've been acquired until her mom brings home a live specimen and Nita decides she wants out. Dissecting a scared teenage boy is a step too far. But when she decides to save her mother's victim, she ends up sold in his place. Because Nita herself isn't exactly human, she has the ability to alter her biology, a talent that is priceless on the black market. Now on the other side of the bars, if she wants to escape, Nita must ask herself if she's willing to become the worst kind of monster. Dexter meets this savage song in this dark fantasy, the first in a trilogy from debut author Rebecca Schaeffer. So this is really interesting. I might even read it. This might become part of my TBR in October. I don't know yet. There's so much stuff to read in October. I might go ahead and read this in November pretty much, I think. Maybe. Probably in November. And this is just really interesting is because she pretty much can shape-shift, pretty much, I guess you could say, per se. And it's really interesting because her mom pretty much is the ones that gets the bodies and kills them and everything, which is crazy, and sell their body parts. That's really scary. But I'm definitely looking forward to reading this book. It's super spooky. If I can put it in my October TBR, because it just fits the mood, and for October and Halloween, I might do that. But I have to see if I can get through what I have. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, you guys, Not Even Bones. And the next book that I have, which I've read the other two, is Always and Forever, Lara Jean by Jenny Han. This is the conclusion of To All the Boys I Loved Before series, which I'm really excited to read this. I read the first two already, and they were amazing. I really like the books better than the movies because of the detailing, and the order in the books is not what happens in the movie. It's just like in the movie it's all smashed in together, and I don't like that. Like the books, like why can't people just stay to the script of what the book is, aligns with the book? Why does everybody have to like mix and match everything, take bits and pieces from the book and then put it in the film? I hate that. I just think the movie would be 10 times better if they just went from, you know, did how the book says. But I don't know what's the deal with that or whatever. But definitely I'm looking forward to reading this book. And so yeah, and also yeah, so I did get these also in September. So you got To All the Boys I Loved Before, which is the first one, which I really loved, and then P.S. I Still Love You, which is the second book and the third book. So I love this. I really am not looking forward to reading this book, because then this will be the lasting ending story of Lara Jean and Peter Kavinsky, which Peter Kavinsky in the movie is so fine. Oh my gosh, like he's like my book crush. It used to be Edward and Jacob from the Twilight Saga, and now it's Peter Kavinsky. But yeah, you guys, I'm not really looking forward to reading this one. I am looking forward to reading it, but I'm not, because this is the end of their story, which I'm not prepared for. I'm really not prepared. So I'm going to decide when I'm going to read this. Maybe next year, just to see. But I did hear some type of confirmation that they will be doing movies for the last two books. Since they already did the movie for the first book, they're going to continue on and finish up, you know, have the movies going. So I'm super excited that they decided to do that. But yeah, not looking forward to this book, but I'm excited at the same time just to see what happens when it comes to Lara Jean and Peter when they are going to college and so forth. So yeah, and the next book I got in September was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which this is the 20th anniversary edition. I have the first one. I read the first one and I really loved it. I've seen all the movies and I loved them, and I just never read Harry Potter's the books at all. I haven't even read Fantastic Beasts yet, but I'm planning on reading Harry Potter and then Fantastic Beasts books. So all throughout the year, you know. So each month I've been, like this month I read The Sorcerer's Stone, and then October I'm going to be reading this, Chamber of Secrets. So I'm super excited of reading this, just to continue on the adventures with Hermione, Ron, Harry, and then of course you got Draco. Ugh, hate him. But anyways, super excited of reading this. So yay! And the next book I got, which I got from Simon & Schuster, is Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. This is an advanced copy, and this book will be coming out January 1st of 2019. So I'm super excited of reading this. This isn't really the cover, but it says, along the borders of this world lie others. There are places you can cross. This is one such place. So I'm really excited to reading this. I don't know much about it. As far as there's a girl who's missing and there's different families involved, but I'm super excited. Let me just go ahead and read it. It says, Dear Reader, almost a year ago, I received a note from Diane Setterfield saying she was close to finishing her latest novel, a decade after I published her brilliant instant #1 New York Times bestseller, The 13th Tale. You can imagine the celebration in my office. For weeks thereafter, I checked my inbox hopefully each day. All I knew was that Diane was writing about 3 mysterious little girls. And then one day, my anxious anticipation was rewarded with one of the most original, beautiful, and atmospheric novels I've ever read. In Once Upon a River, Diane, definitely an indigenously, Lord, I can't talk right now, infuses her story with the unsettling gothic elements that made the 13th tale unforgettable, while also drawing upon mythology, fairy tales, science, and the enigmatic power of storytelling itself. As the novel opens, a small girl is rescued from a wintry river that winds through a village older than memory, a river that is central to the lives and imaginations of the people who live on its banks. Though initially thought dead, she miraculously begins to breathe again. What happened to her? Who is she? To the parents of a child kidnapped 2 years previously, she is their daughter, who their prayers have finally returned. To another village family, she is the daughter of their estranged son, left to die by a suicidal mother now found. Or is she the daughter of a man named Quietly, a man who comes and goes without warning, sometimes bringing life, sometimes death? Everyone in this novel has a story, and the border between truth and fantasy, eternity and the now, is more porous than we would ever think, and cross as swiftly as the river itself. Once Upon a River is spellbinding and gorgeously written, and I couldn't be prouder to be its publisher. I hope you find it as rich and magical as I do, and I would love to hear your thoughts. So yeah, so I'm super excited to read this. I'll probably read this in December, just because this comes out January 1st, which is my birth month, January, Capricorn. Yeah, so super excited reading this, but definitely interesting story. Okay, you guys, and the next book I have is Rule by Ellen Goodlett. I'm super excited reading this. This is one of my anticipated reads this year. I'm very interested in reading this. I feel like people are going to compare it to Three Dark Thrones, or Three Dark Crowns, I think that was called. Sorry if I butchered the name, which is I guess it's like multiple books. The third book just came out. I forget what it's called, but this is sort of the same perspective in a way, I guess you could say. But I'm definitely looking forward to reading this. The cover is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Like, look at that. That's amazing, you guys. And then you have the cover when it's naked, and then the foiling. So I'm very excited to reading this. I'll go ahead and read the synopsis for you, you guys. And so it says, the king is dying. His heir has just been murdered and rebellion brews in the east, but the kingdom has one last option before it descends into leaderless chaos, or rather, 3 unexpected options. Sophie has spent her entire life trekking through the outer reaches with her band of travelers. She would do anything to protect her people, but no one can ever find out how far she's already gone. Aquila was raised in the eastern reach, surrounded by whispers of rebellion and abused by her father. Desperate to escape, she makes a decision that threatens the whole kingdom. Rin grew up in Colonia, serving as a lady's maid and scheming her way out of the servants' chambers. But if anyone ever discovers what she's done, she would be hanged for treason. When the king summons the girls, they arrive expecting execution. Instead, they learn the truth. They are his illegitimate daughters, and one must become his new heir. But someone in Colonia knows their secrets, and that someone will stop at nothing to keep the sisters from their destiny, to rule. Magic, mystery, and blackmail abound in this sensational and striking fantasy debut. So I'm really super excited, and also with the characters, I've heard they're pretty much diverse as well, like different ethnicities, which is super exciting as well. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to reading this. This sounds amazing on how like the storyline is going to be and the plot, and I wonder how the world is going to be too. So yeah. The next book I got in the mail Tuesday. So let's go ahead and see what's in it. Here we go. And this book just came out Tuesday, and that is A Blade So Black by L.L. McKinney. Oh, first off, just look at this cover, you guys. It is amazing. I love it. Look at the spine. Oh my God. I'm really just in love with this book, you guys, in this book cover. And the person she's black. Like, I'm really excited to have representation as far as being African American. And this is an Alice in Wonderland retelling, you guys. And so I'm really excited about this book. I think I'm going to be reading it in October, you guys, because it just fits the theme of October. But let me see what it looks like naked. Ooh, look at that foiling. Oh, stunning. Just stunning. I'm glad I went ahead and pre-ordered this book. Oh my god, and look at the back, you guys. It is, oh my god, I'm so excited to read this. But let me go ahead and read the synopsis for you guys. So, okay, here we go. So it says, "This isn't the Wonderland you remember. The first time a nightmare came, Alice nearly lost her life. Now, with magic weapons and hardcore fighting skills, she battles these monstrous creatures in the dream realm known as Wonderland. Yet even warriors have curfews. Life in real-world Atlanta isn't always so simple as Alice juggles an overprotective mom, a high-maintenance best friend, and school. Keeping the nightmares at bay is turning into a full-time job. When Alice's handsome and mysterious mentor is poisoned, she has to find the antidote. But venturing deeper into Wonderland than she's ever gone before, and she'll need to use everything she's learned in both worlds to keep from losing her head, literally." So I am like dying to read this because I want to figure out what happened. It's a good plot. So obviously she lives in Atlanta, and then she has to pretty much go to Wonderland to save her mentor, her handsome mentor, and get an antidote for the poison that he has taken. And it's just crazy. Look at her. She got knives in her hand. She looks such a badass. Oh my gosh. I'm really in love with this, you guys. Really in love with this book. But okay, I'm done. I had to kiss it because it's just amazing. I'm really excited to read this. And it even says by Angie Thomas, the fantasy book I've been waiting for my whole life. So yes, and of course you know who Angie Thomas is. She's the one that has written The Hate You Give, and the movie that will be coming out October the 5th in some cities, not all. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to reading this, you guys. But so if we put every single book together, stay with me, guys. Just stay with me, bear with me as I try to put these in a stack so everyone can see this huge haul that I have for them. Oh my goodness. Woo, Lord, it's gonna be heavy, but we're gonna get through it, you guys. We're gonna get through it. Oh, Jesus. I'm not weak, you guys. I am strong, but Lord, books are heavy. But okay. Ugh. Alright, you guys, this is my book haul. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and also hit that bell so you'll be notified when I upload more videos in the future. I also am an affiliate with Book Depository, so hit that link down below and you'll get free worldwide shipping as well. And I also am a rep for Universe Bound, which is a new book box that will be starting October the 26th. And you can use my discount code for your first book, which is Brandy, BRANDIE 10, and you'll get 10% off your first book that you, or first subscription that you order. But yes, you guys, I hope you like this haul. It's humongous, as you can see, and it weighs a ton. But thank you so much, you guys. See ya.